What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be playing a Sultai Creature Reanimator deck. And this deck pretty much only has creatures in it. We do have 4 copies of Neoform, but past that, and 1 copy of Shaper Sanctuary. But past that, we have all creatures, right? 32 creatures, only 5 non-creatures. And yeah, I just wanted to play a Reanimator deck. I kept going back and telling myself, like, hey, I'm going to edit this deck, I'm going to edit it and put in some enchantments and put in some special lands and, you know, make it a full-blown Reanimator deck. But I kept playing with it and I was like, man, this deck actually smashes. This deck smashes just as is right now. So why mess with it, right? So this is the deck I'm going to be showcasing today. It is, I feel like it's perfectly in between the lines, I'm sorry, of jank and you know, the other thing we never worry about, competitiveness, right? So it's about halfway between janky and competitive. But nonetheless, we're gonna go ahead and kick off the deck tech or the deck breakdown. But before we do, I would like to remind everybody, if you enjoy the content I put out, please be sure to leave a like down below and a comment in the comment section if you have any suggestions on this deck, future decks, or past decks. Furthermore, if you're new here, consider subscribing. It is completely free and it does help support the channel and me. Alrighty, kicking us off, we have 3 copies of Llanowar Elves and 1 copy of Shaper Sanctuary. Now, with all the mono red, all the Esper, all the just removal in general in the game, if you have more copies of Shaper Sanctuary, definitely throw them in. This card is so good, and especially if you go play ranked with this deck, right? Whenever a creature you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you may draw a card. So shocks, lightning strikes, you know, all of that good stuff. Skewer the critics, all of mono red's tools and douchebag kit. You can at least draw a card off of, right? So moving us down, we have 2 copies of Incubation Druid and 3 copies of Paradise Druid. Now, if you do end up going into ranked with this deck, what I would recommend is taking out the Llanowar and putting in more Shaper Sanctuary, and also putting in more Paradise Druids, as they can't just get shocked out, and as long as you're careful with it, they will live on. So Incubation Druid, more ramp. Shaper Sanctuary, I've already explained that. Neoform is like it's like a one-time use of Vannifar, right? And it also puts a +1/+1 counter on whatever we bring out. Not that we have anything that gets any extra off of the counters, you know. We don't have any adapt creatures or any of that, so it's not like the additional counter is really necessary past just making the creature bigger in general, right? So Neoform, pretty great. We can, for those of you who don't know, by the way, what Vannifar / Neoform does, essentially you sacrifice a creature that has, say, 2 mana cost, right? So we sack out an Incubation Druid, right? And then we can get out a creature that has 1 mana cost more. So we can get out an Exclusion Mage, an Evolution, or an Elvish Rejuvenator, I'm sorry. Thrashing Brontodon, Leyline Prowler, you know, so on and so forth. Furthermore, if we do it to a 3-mana creature, we get a 4 mana, 4 mana, 5 mana, 5 mana into 6 mana. So basically, it's just like, you know, upgrade this one creature card into a better creature card, which is, again, the same effect that Vannifar does, except Vannifar does not give the additional +1/+1 counter whenever it brings out a new creature that Neoform does. So honestly, I think Neoform's a little bit better than Prime Speaker, if not completely better. But yeah, moving us down, we have 2 copies of Exclusion Mage. Now this is just going to help for some board stall. You know, say your opponent's playing zombies, they have a Death Baron, bounce that Death Baron back, alright? Don't let them play it. We have 2 copies of Elvish Rejuvenator for more ramp, 2 copies of Thrashing Brontodon to deal with any artifacts or enchantments, 3 copies of Leyline Prowler to help us get in a little bit of health when we may need it. Furthermore, it also has Death Touch, so it keeps really big creatures from attacking in, right? And even further past that, we tap it and we can add 1 mana of any color, so more rampage. Moving us down, we have 2 copies of Ravenous Choop, 2 copies of Hostage Taker, and 3 copies of Prime Speaker Vannifar, all on our 4 mana creature spots. Now, Ravenous Choop and Hostage Taker kind of work in the same aspect. Ravenous Choop is just going to straight up destroy a creature, and Hostage Taker is going to allow us to take either a creature or an artifact, which is very important to note. Then we have Prime Speaker Vannifar, which I've kind of already talked about. the cool thing with Prime Speaker is the Biogenic Ooze combo. Since Prime Speaker Vannifar is an ooze, it will be getting all of the +1/+1 counters at the beginning of each of our end steps from the Biogenic Ooze. So nice little combo there, if you will. And we have one copy of Doom Whisper, just in case our opponent has any flying creatures. We can Neo-form a 4-mana creature like a Hostage Taker, like a Ravenous Choop, and get down our Doom Whisper. Moving us down, we have one copy of Massacre Girl, a card that I've actually grown to like a hell of a lot. This card is like some awesome board wipe. Sure, does it wipe your stuff out? Yeah. Yes, it does. But, you know, you have Muldrotha, so you can just get it all right back, right? Moving us down, we have 2 copies of Biogenic Ooze. Now, your first copy's generally going to get removed, but if you can Neo-form / Vannifar into that second copy, then you already have 3 Oozelings down. Plus, if you have Vannifar, you'll have 4 Oozelings down, and things should get out of hand rather quickly. Moving us down, we have 1 copy of Tendershoot Dryad, just because I love this card, and I think that Neo-forming into it is just fun, right? We also have Underrealm Lich, so hopefully we don't mill ourselves out doing all this card draw and whatnot. I say all this card draw, but really don't have that much card draw. It's just Neo-form getting things out, and that's pretty much it. So moving us down, we have 2 copies of Muldrotha, the last and final card, which is actually going to allow us to play our creatures back from our graveyard. You can actually play 1 permanent of each type from your graveyard each turn. So this works on planeswalkers, this works on enchantments, this works on creatures, this works on lands, you know? So don't let my creature mostly deck discourage you from playing a Sultai Muldrotha planeswalker deck, right? Don't let this deck discourage you from playing a Sultai Muldrotha enchantment deck, because both of those can work. Or if you want to combine all 3 together as enchantments, planeswalkers, creatures, and just have an all-around good Sultai Reanimator deck, hey, it's looking like they're really, really viable nowadays. So yeah, that's going to do it for our deck tech or deck breakdown, and now we're going to hop right into some matches. Alrighty, here we are up against Koniko? Not completely sure how to say that name. Oh, this is such a greedy hand. I'm going to keep it, but it's such a greedy hand. Maybe we'll draw into an untapped land. That would make me feel a hell of a lot better about myself. Like maybe an island or a forest. Either way, I'll be happy with it. Koniko is going to be taking their sweet time on turn 1. Terramander. You know what's awesome to see? You know what's really awesome to see? Mono blue. That's sarcasm, by the way. Sure, Koniko. Play nothing? Oh, okay, so you have a counter spell then. We're starting off early with the control decks today, apparently. That's okay. Because you know what I drew? All tapped lands, baby. All tapped lands. That's okay. I'm gonna catch them, and we will win this. I believe. I have faith in the heart of the cards that there's no way in hell mono blue can possibly be so ridiculously. Oh, well, there's the force we needed, right? We don't need it now, but there's the force we did need. So go ahead and counter. No counter. Hey, looky there. So next turn we're going to be up to 5 mana. And I think that warrants a Tendershoot. I think it does. It's either the Tendershoot or the Biogenic. And, well, let's be real. I'd rather Tendershoot die than Biogenic. So, yeah, they're leaving all their mana up. Can we be guaranteed that this is a counter? Yes, 100%. This is a Sinister. This is a Thought Erasure, or not a Thought Erasure. What is that? Mind Collapse? Thought Collapse? Thought Collapse. Yeah, see? I fucking told you. It's okay though. You know, it is what it is. Sometimes you're gonna face off against opponents that their enjoyment is by seeing that you have 0 enjoyment. So that's just how the world works sometimes. That's okay. Little do they know, in store for them is Biogenic Ooze. Unless, you know, they have another counter. Oh, cool, 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 cool. Disperse. One of the strongest forms of removal in the game, right? Disperse actually just feels like somebody took off like a plastic glove and just sort of swiped it across your face, right? It's not like it's an actual removal, but at the same time, it's like you're really trying to get underneath my skin, aren't you? Hey! Cool, cool, cool. You know what I love about this? There goes 2 dispersals. So they only can have 2 more, and then they're relying solely on counter spells to kill us, and a fucking Pteramander. Well, all I gotta say is I hope you have a counter spell ready when my Choop comes for your Pteramander. Which I'm guessing is gonna be this turn, so yeah. Oh, we need one more land actually. We need one more land, otherwise they're just gonna spell pierce us, right? Well, I'll tell you what then. If that is your plan, I'm just gonna get down 2 creatures that ramps me. And this way, come next turn, we'll have the 2 extra land for the Choop no matter what. And we'll worry about getting the Biogenic down in due time. So sure, hit me with another Disperse, motherfucker. Do it. I don't even care. Or Casminus Transmutation. Cool. So, yeah, Pteramander getting in some work. Do they have a Thought Erasure? Or a, not a Thought Erasure, why the fuck do I keep calling it that? Thought Collapse. Probably. You know, very, very likely. Which is why we're actually very much in luck that we have a Neoform, right? So go ahead, counter this spell. Do it, you bitch. I'll show you a magic trick. All puns intended on the game we're playing, by the way. So go ahead, counter it. Have fun countering it, even. But your Pteramander shall not see the light of another turn. Maybe. Of course, they could just scoop here. Make things easier on us. Yes, yes, you've guessed it. Bye-bye, Pteramander. Unless they have a hexproof. I didn't even think about that. Ooh. That's a bit painful. Or not. Well, you know what? We could go ahead and get down Leyline Prowler or Neoform the Leyline Prowler out. But instead, I'm just going to get down a Thrashing, and I'm going to deal some damages, right? Save that Leyline Prowler Neoform play for another day. One where they have something we can actually destroy. So, what you got for me, Kaneko? Some more Dispersal? Your last copy? No, you still have 2 more copies. Right, right. I'm sorry. Entrancing Melody. Ooh. Nice, nice. Bum 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 bum. Alright, Biogenic. Let's see if you can hit the field. Let's see if you can hit the field. They have 1 card, right? And it has to be something that counters creatures specifically, because there are no 2 mana cards that counter everything except for Quench, in which case we could just pay for it with our 2 mana, so yeah, make your play, Kaneko. Scrounge your deck for a solution. Though you may try, you will not succeed. Disperse. Well, you know, here's the... Ooh, actually cancel that. Here's the kind of cool thing. Oh, it's sorcery. Not as cool as what I was originally thinking. Either way, we will go ahead and Neoform the Leyline. And let's just get down the Choop, actually. Because we don't have the mana to destroy the Thrashing, or to recast the Thrashing after we've captured it, so we'll deal 6, and if they don't have a solution here, then you know what they say, mono blue, fuck off. Awesome. It's looking like it's gonna be a scoop, because that is the pause of a truly defeated person. Awesome. So game one, going up against the much out of time mono blue deck, and picking up a victory. So that was nice. On into a game two. Sirleaf, like Leif Erikson, I'm assuming. I don't think that's life. Sirleaf is should be the pronunciation for that. Either way, this hand makes it look like we're only playing Golgari. I'm gonna keep it. We can scrounge our deck with Underrealm Lich, given that it survives, of course. So, turn 1 Llanowar, turn 2 Paradise. Unless, I was about to say, unless they kill our Llanowar, in which case turn 2, it's going to be a repeat of turn 1. Just trying to get that Llanowar down. So we're already up to 4 mana. Next turn, if we draw into an untapped, we can go and get down the Underrealm Lich, or not. Sure, let's go ahead and play both of these, the Elvish and the Llanowar, and we'll ramp even harder. Alright, so we're up to 7 mana, which is Muldrotha. It's our Underrealm. It's literally everything we want in this deck, drawn out. Choose a non-land card. Wow, you're playing an Orzhov discard deck. You, you, Sirleaf, are what I like to call a cock sucker. Alrighty, well, here's an Underrealm Lich for you. Get past that. Get past that. Of course, they're probably just going to exile it, right? This seems like the kind of person that's playing, like, Vraska's Contempt. Although, I don't know how the fuck you play Danitha and discard in the same... Sure. I don't know how the fuck you play Danitha and discard in the same shit and be okay with it. So, pass, no blocks, hit him in the face. Do what you gotta do, Danitha. My turn. Yeah, I'll take a Prime Speaker Vannifar. I will indeed. And, you know what? I'm probably not going to get rid of the Underrealm Lich. Well, then again, if we do get rid of the Underrealm Lich, we get a Muldrotha out, right? Alright, so no attacks. In turn. Let's see what our Orzhov mystery deck has for us. Luminous Bonds. Dear God. I like, actually, whenever I get in these decks and people are using these non-conformative removal spells like Luminous Bonds, like Kasmina's Transmutation, right? Then you're just sitting there like, why would they not attack there? That makes zero sense. So yeah, we're fine on land. Let's get the Paradise Druid out and down. And we will sacrifice the Underrealm Lich, and we can always get the Underrealm Lich back and get a Muldrotha out. Then we can cast this as a land. Let's get back a swamp. Then we can cast this as a creature. And hey, looky there. Look who came back. Underrealm. You beautiful son of a bitch, you. It's nice to have you back. Nice to have my board state even bigger, and Luminous Bonds just means that, hey, I will never lose my Prime Speaker unless they choose to use another removal on it, right? At which case, you messed up if you're using 2 removal on the same creature. Definitely shouldn't have Luminous Bonds my, ooh. I think I do want a Shaper's Sanctuary, actually. So let's go ahead and get that down. Let's get down some land. We have a whole lot of green, not that much blue, so let's get down some blue, huh? And cast as a creature. We definitely don't want the Prime Speaker, as we already have one, unless we just wanted to loop it out of there. So let's get down the Elvish. And we'll get out another land. Another Guildgate's fine. And then we're going to use Vannifar on the Elvish, right? And we're going to get out a Hostage Taker. And we're going to take the Danitha. We're going to say thank you. No, we're not, because that's not a response we can use. But then we're going to get down their Danitha immediately. And swing in right like so. So, Sirleaf, what is it you're going to do here, huh? Because you only have 4 land, so not really enough to build up against me. Meanwhile, I'm sitting at what, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13? 13. Ethereal Absolution. No! That's what I get for being cocky, huh? That is what I get for being cocky. Well, you know what? That's okay. You're not gonna attack in, huh? Oh, the creature doesn't have, right. So playing a Paradise Druid and a Llanowar just kills them, right? So probably best if we don't do that. Do we have any enchantment hate? We do. We have Thrashing Brontodon, which is actually a 3-mana creature, so we need a 2-mana creature to get it down, which is going to be very difficult for us to do, mind you. Alright, so let's just go ahead and go Exclusion Mage and bounce this. Bounce, 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 as they say, and cast as a creature. Now, let's see. We need a 2-mana creature. Ooh, Incubation Druid could actually do it. Incubation Druid actually will do it. Then we'll tap the Vannifar, sack out the Incubation, get down the Thrashing, sack out the Thrashing, destroy their Ethereal. Alright, so a bit convoluted. Oh, Sirleaf, just gonna scoop it out. Well, that makes sense. We just absolutely dominated them. So, game 2, game 1, going to us pretty easily there. Alrighty. Dirk Thurston, gonna be our next foe. Dirk Thurston. I like that name. We go first. And, yeah, I like this hand, so why not, right? Why to the not? Now, we're not going to worry about getting Shaper Sanctuary down immediately, as we do have the Paradise Druid to sort of be hex-proof from stuff, if that makes sense. So, change my cards around. So next turn, we're going to be up to 4 mana, which means if they try to play something that we can hostage take, we're probably going to take it. Well, I don't know about that, because we won't be able to play hostage taker plus play the spell they get, and if they just remove hostage taker, then we essentially have done nothing. So we may just go into the Thrashing Brontodon come next turn. Ooh. Playing some spicy plays. Muldrotha's at 6, unfortunately, so it's not like if we play the Dimir Guildgate this turn, it guarantees that we can play it. Honestly, let's just go with Shapers this turn. We have no need to worry about the Thrashing coming down quite yet. And this way, if we do go to play a Thrashing come next turn, or whatever it may be, we're 1 turn away from Muldrotha, by the way. Not that Muldrotha would be a super huge help right now, as we actually have nothing in the graveyard. Oh, Jeskai Super Friends. Ooh, I have not played against this deck. I've seen it. I've seen it a lot, because, you know, LVD and CGB both played it recently. CGB played it on stream. LVD did a YouTube video on it, so I've seen it a lot, but as far as what Dirk's playing, we won't know. So Shaper Sanctuary already coming in handy right there. We will resolve the Lava Cool. Out of all the creatures for the Lava Cool, I feel like Thrashing Brontodon is probably the one we want them to Lava Cool the most. Now, again, we're not going to play our Muldrotha, not until we have some reason. Otherwise, it's just going to get removed, right? Excuse me. So that's 5 mana. That's enough for a Planeswalker, although if they play a Planeswalker, then what do they use to defend their Planeswalker with, right? Who knows? Maybe we should have gone Muldrotha, because Muldrotha can drop a Planeswalker, right? Muldrotha can actually deal some damages. Ral? Not the Planeswalker we want to see. Not at all. Uh-oh, they're about to get rid of both our Paradise Druid and our Llanowar Elf. They're about to play a shock and kill 2 of our creatures. That's painful to see. It really is. But on the bright side, we're gonna get 2 card draw out of it. We're also gonna get probably a Doom Whisperer. I'm still not sold on playing the Muldrotha yet, but since we just drew into the Doom Whisperer, like, works for me. Oh, okay. Why would they not shock my Paradise Druid? Okay, Dirk Thurston, just gonna scoop. They've seen enough. Alrighty, well, I don't really count that 3rd match as a match, considering they played 1 Planeswalker and we played 1 card. I think they realized their mistake there. However, I am gonna call it a day because my girl's off today and I'm off today, so we kind of want to spend some time together. And yeah, thanks everybody for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. As always, I'll either see you later tonight or tomorrow. Peace.